And before we do get on with the video, if you're interested in buying any FIFA coins, make sure to check out FIFAUTstore.com, your #1 site for both coins and packs in FIFA 12. Use the discount code CHDGamer for 10% off. Link is in the description below. Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today we will be previewing yet another Arsenal game, and today's game, or this weekend's game, is against Southampton at home at the Emirates. And many will say that it's going to be an easy win for Arsenal, but we are talking about Southampton. We haven't had the best look against them over the last couple of years, but yeah, we will be running through the same old roller like what we'll be discussing. So we'll be discussing the team news, the lineups, odds, some stats, Opta stats, and then we'll be doing the prediction for the match. And the game that did predict, like the game against CSK Moscow in Europa League, I did get sort of the goal scorers right. I got Lacazette right. I said he would score 2 goals, and he did score 2 goals, but I got wrong the last 2 goal scorers. So yeah, without further ado, let's crack on. And so we are going to crack on with the team news first, and few injuries, but not too bad. And going into this game, so we have got Mkhitaryan, who is out with a knee injury. He's supposed to be out for a couple of weeks. We've got Espina, who is suffering from an Achilles injury, which isn't going to really matter because he never plays the league games. It's always Czech. And then Cedric Soares is already out. He's been out for a year, I think now, through Achilles. And good news is that Aubameyang will be returning, because he was of course cup tied in that game against CSK Moscow, as he's already played European football. So yeah, talking about Southampton, they've got a fully fit side. They haven't had games since last Saturday, I think it was. So yeah, they're definitely fully fit. Davis is returning back from a hamstring injury and should be back in contention for the game, according to Sky Sports anyway. So yeah, not much really to report on the team news. 2 very fit sides, to say. The team news for Arsenal is pretty good for Arsenal standard, because we usually always have a good few players out. But anyway, I am going to say who I want to start in the team on Sunday, and this could change because I think we do have a Europa League game then on Thursday, and he might want to rest a few players, I don't know, but we already are through in that cup tie. So yeah, I say Czech was starting goals, no one else really. Macy, don't think he's going to start in a Premier League game. Bellerin, a right back, Mustafi a centre back, and Koscielny. They had a decent game yesterday night, but still we need to sort out our defence at the summer, getting a few replacements, especially for Koscielny, who is ageing. At left back, I would say Monreal, who's probably been arguably our best player this season, so he will start at left back. Midfield wise, I've gone with a 4-4-2 formation, so basically 2 CDMs, kind of, I don't know how we would say, Ozil was there on the left and Wilshere, but I don't know the way he'll work it, but this is how I think it should be in the midfield: Ramsey, Xhaka, Ozil and Wilshere. So very strong midfield, that should be able to handle this Southampton side. So yeah, them in the midfield, and then we have Aubameyang, who will start up front with Lacazette, who had bagged in a few goals already this season. Over the last few games, they've bagged in a good few, especially Lacazette, who's been in and around the goals. But yeah, that is who I would start up front. Aubameyang and Lacazette should probably grab a few goals in that game. Maybe might get more than what I'm predicting, but we don't know yet. But anyway, so that is the lineup that I am going to go with. Strongest lineup that we possibly put out at this moment in time. If we did have Mkhitaryan, I probably would have swapped, I don't know, Xhaka, something like that. But yeah, strong team, definitely well capable of beating the Southampton side, who aren't doing the best this season. Changed a few managers, which I don't know, kind of disrupted them. But yeah, odds wise, according to Sky Bet, for a home victory, which is Arsenal, it's 4-7, so not the best odds there if you want to put a bet on Arsenal. A draw is 16-5. Decent odds if you want to put a €5 bet, you get a decent amount of money off it. And then Southampton 9-2, which is pretty decent pretty decent odds as well. But anyway, So they are the odds for the game. Definitely in favour of Arsenal for the second game in a row. We aren't having the hardest run, I say, going into the end of the season. I think we've probably the easiest out of the top 6 teams in the league. But yeah, Opta stats according to Sky Sports, Arsenal have been unbeaten in the last 22 home games against Southampton. 1-16 loss, drawn 6, which is pretty good record since that 1-0 loss against Southampton in November 1987. So that is, let me try and count now, 31 years, which is pretty decent. I didn't think we were that unbeaten against Southampton at home, but we are. So yeah, they are the stats there for the game. And also Arsenal have won their last 2 PPL games by both 3-0 scorelines, and the last time they won 3 in a row by a margin of at least 3 goals was in October 2015. So that was a long time ago, I must say. And yeah, there are a few stats anyway. But yeah, and finally, prediction wise, I would say 3-0 to Arsenal. I kind of want to change the prediction now. I think it's going to be 4-0, knowing how much of a good scoring run Lacazette and Aubameyang are on. So yeah, Lacazette will grab 2, Aubameyang will grab 1, and that's my previous prediction, 3-0. So yeah, definitely going to be a comfortable win. Don't see Southampton really breaking our defence apart, which is quite surprising because our defence isn't the best in the league. It does spill a few goals, but anyway, that is my prediction. And I am actually going to look at the rest of the league fixtures in the Premier League this weekend. So yeah, let me just get it up now, just a quick second. Oh yeah, here we are. So yeah, Everton are playing Liverpool at 12:30. I predict a Liverpool win in that. I'm not too sure about the scoreline, but I say Liverpool comfortably win that. And I think Salah is supposed to be injured, which is kind of unfortunate for them because he's probably the best player they have. But if they don't have Salah, they'll definitely win because they do have Firmino and Mane. So yeah, definitely a Liverpool win in that game. Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, I'm predicting a draw. Going to be a boring game there at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So yeah, boring game that's going to be again Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. Next game is Brighton and Huddersfield. I predict it's a tough one to call. I predict that's actually really tough. I'm going to say draw, another draw. It's hard to pick between them, 2 evenly levelled teams. So yeah, that's going to be yet another boring. I don't really see much entertainment in that game. Next game, Leicester Newcastle. Leicester win, even though Leicester haven't been on the best form lately, but I still think they can pull out the win and beat this Newcastle side, who aren't doing the best this season. They might go down, I'm not too sure, but they are 12th at the moment, and it's kind of tight down on the bottom side of the table. So yeah, Leicester win in that game. Next game is Stoke Spurs. Easy, Spurs win. Spurs gonna batter Stoke City. If we were able to batter Stoke City, Spurs are well capable of doing it. So yeah, Spurs win in that game. Next game is Watford versus Burnley. I'm predicting a Burnley win. I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet yet again. Watford will probably get probably 1 goal against them, but it will be still a comfortable win for Burnley. And yeah, so yeah, win there for Burnley in that game. Oh, excuse me. And final 3 o'clock kickoff for tomorrow evening, tomorrow afternoon even. West Brom Swansea. This is another bottom of the league encounter, and I'm going to predict a Swansea win in that game. Think they're too strong for West Brom, and Swansea are on grand bit of form as well. So Swansea win in that game. And final game of the day, biggest game possibly of the season so far, Man City and Manchester United. I'm going to predict a Man City win, mainly because they're going to be going in with full confidence, and they'll be going all guns blazing against the Manchester United side, who probably will be fearing them, because if they lose that match and they'll be under pressure, they do not want to be letting Man City win the title against them. So yeah, Man City winning that game. Probably won't be the most goals in the game. I think Man United probably part the bus a lot, but I say Man City will get a victory out of that by slimmest margins though. But yeah, and finally, in the Sunday games, we got Arsenal for Southampton, which I already predicted, 3-0 to Arsenal, and Chelsea versus West Ham. Chelsea win, easy, probably the easiest game I could probably predict out of all them. And yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the overview of this weekend's games, and we are already on 50 minutes in this game, and I don't really have much to talk about, but yeah, I was just gonna leave there. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave the video for today. Hope you did enjoy, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video very soon.